Hi guys, Mary Kopp here, your realtor in sunny Las Vegas. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about how to evaluate the value of your home if you're thinking about selling and also possibly purchasing. How do you find out what true value is? Number one, just know that the market is a very big consideration. It's pretty much almost everything. Supply and demand, what drives all markets, whether it's a stock market, real estate, you name it. But putting that aside, let's say you're considering making a purchase. There are just a few rule of thumb pointers that I'd like to make. For example, the home most likely will be appraised if you're making a purchase and you're obtaining financing. Typically, if you're putting, 20% or more or significantly less than that, there will be an appraisal more than likely from the lender. And that appraiser would be considering many different ways of putting a value on the property. They will compare it to how much it costs if they built it, what the comps are, meaning comparable properties, what they're selling for. Usually that holds the highest weight for an appraiser in coming up with the value for your home. I just wanted to throw a few things out there, rule of thumb, keep in mind. If your home has solar or a property that you'd like to purchase has solar, typically you can add about 7% value of the purchase price onto that home, increase in value because solar adds value to your home, especially if it's paid off. Any buyer, would rather choose a home that has solar on it, paid off, versus one that doesn't. So tack on about 7%. If your home has a pool, you could add on anywhere from 6 to 10% added value as compared to a home that does not have a pool. And of course, if you're in a multi-million-dollar luxury home, the fancier your pool is, of course, it could add more value to it. Another thing to keep in mind, views. Golf views can add anywhere from 10 to 20% value on a property. City skyline viewed, some more spectacular, definitely you could add on value for that. Those are just a few pointers to keep in mind, but also note that most people making a purchase are either coming in all cash or coming in with a significant down payment, typically in excess of 20% down. In some cases, if they do require financing and the lender has enough of their own numbers, then they may not have an appraisal on it. But if an appraisal is ordered, they will be looking at the comps for the community. If there are no comps within that community, they do have the ability to compare to other communities that may not be within that quarter of a mile radius, maybe on the other side of town, but they do have that ability. The other point I wanted to make about an appraiser is people think that they can only go back, the last 4 to 6 months. That is not true. If there are no comps within a community, appraisals or appraisers, I should say, can go back 12 to 36 months and then see what the appreciation is on a property and be able to go from there as a base. So there are many things that need to be considered, whether you're thinking about selling or purchasing a property before you do that. I think it's very important to have very kind comps to be able to do the analysis. If not, there are other options out there, and I'd be happy to discuss those with you. That pretty much wraps it up for today. If you have any questions or concerns, please give me a call. I just want to thank you for making me be your choice in real estate. Have a great day.